Hello, Fantasy Goats. Welcome to another awesome edition of the preview series. Today we are getting into the AFC East. We're going to go through some sleepers, breakouts, and fades that these gentlemen have for us. Again, we're just going to get into that in a brief couple of moments. Want to remind everybody if you're watching this show, chances are it's a Thursday. Okay, so tomorrow we will be live, Mock Draft Friday. And of course, continue to, you know, keep track of all of our content. We're coming at it basically 5 days a week. We just recently hit our pre-training camp subscriber goal of 400, and we are marching strongly to 500. If you
Thank you,
haven't,
goats.
thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Appreciate it.
We certainly do. Wouldn't be here without you guys and the support. If you're new and you haven't already done so, please give us a like and subscribe to the channel. All right, the commissioner is ready. JX is ready. And we've got the AFC East. Edwin is absolutely ready and he's pounding the fists. All right. Well, I mean, look, AFC East division. Every team has gotten better. Every team
Yeah.
has improved. Uh, we all know what the team to take down though is the Buffalo Bills. But what's it looking like in terms of for fantasy football 2025? Who's got some nasty dark horse sleepers? Who's got the big breakouts and who's got the fades? Who don't we want? Who wants to go first?
Mm.
Don't all go at once.
I will go first. I do not want any part of Tyreek Hill
Okay.
unless he takes some sort of a nosedive and he's available in like the fifth or sixth round and he
Yeah.
could be like my wide receiver three. Because I feel like this season he's the ultimate landmine. It's either he jumps back into the top five or he gets to like 15 to 18 ish. Like, I think he's going to take that kind of like a dive. He's too talented to like fall out of the top 24 or anything like that. But I think he could definitely fall into the teens, and I would not risk it with a top three or like a top four pick.
No,
You
it's
know
funny.
what?
I just actually traded him for Jameson Williams in one of my home leagues.
That's a good trade.
Yeah.
Great trade. You know
Hmm.
what? I also don't like. I know they had the fanatic stuff all these past couple of days and everything. He's still rocking a little bit of a hand thing. I don't know if he's
Mm.
still kind
We
of.
had a second surgery on it, if I remember
Hmm.
reading right.
Yes,
Yep.
and like I said, he still has that hand thing going on, and if that's still an issue, yeah, I really don't want any parts of Tyreek Hill.
And just the fact that Tua one more barely hitting his head
Oof.
concussion. I do trust Zach Wilson can get the ball better to him than Skylar Thompson or Scoopy, whatever his name was, Huntley last
I
year.
mean,
So
he at least has enough talent.
yeah,
I actually think that we've seen the best of Tyreek Hill. Now, whether whether you want to put Jalen Waddle as in the next best thing or the default de facto wide
I think
receiver
so.
on the team, that's debatable too. But I think we've seen the best out of Tyreek Hill. Back to Rhino's point with Tua, this is a very slippery slope as far as I'm concerned with Tua. Um, and again, we spoke about this earlier in the week on our player debates. Devon A. Chain, I've never seen a player more tied to their quarterback than Devon A. Chain. So again, we're all hoping for good health out
yeah.
of Tua, out of Tyreek. But I mean, again, yeah, that's not someone that I'm drafting. I would probably be fading the cheetah as well. Um, do we have another fade from this division?
Yeah, I have
Speaking of
one.
fades,
Yeah, I have another one that I'm fading. And I know a lot of people have him as a breakout, but I'm fading Keon Coleman. The problems that were hindering him in college are showing up in the NFL. He can't separate. He still cannot separate. And if you cannot separate against NFL corners, then you're not going to be throwing the ball, which is actually kind of crazy because he actually was number one in like target efficiency, which means like he got the best targets out of everyone in the league from Josh Allen.
Yes.
And with that being said, he really had a subpar season. I know he missed a couple of games, but there's really nothing to write home about. And I think that's kind of what we're going to see from Keon Coleman moving forward. I also think there's a reason why they brought in Josh Palmer. It wasn't to compliment him. There's a real position battle going on there for the X in Buffalo.
Mm-hmm.
That's funny because I had him as one of my sleepers. I'm a Keon Coleman guy. I trust in the fact that just the fact that the air contested balls, he can catch. So he doesn't really need separation, too much separation out there. So I'm hoping he can make that second year turn and be better. That's funny you said because he's my sleeper. I trust. I think I kind of do believe that Palmer was there to challenge him for that spot, but there's no number one spot really. Maybe Khalil Shakir, but what wide receivers would take that spot?
I like.
It's
Go ahead, Edwin, and then I'll go.
I think that I agree with JX, by the way. I think that it is a legit competition. And I think that where Palmer gets the advantage is that he does all of the easy stuff. He does all of the simple things. Like he gets in the right places, he runs the right routes, he gets where he needs to be, and he also has the speed to go over the top if they need him to. So I think that he could have the edge there being the veteran in the room, but it's just to me, I think Keon Coleman is pretty much George Pickens. Like they're the exact same player. Like neither one of them gets separation, but if you get the ball around them, like they're likely to come down with the ball because of how physically dominant they are. Of course, they don't have the same hands, but I don't know. Like I think Keon Coleman has a unique opportunity to break out, but I don't think the odds are in his favor. But if he does, it'll be amazing.
So all the little stuff that you said Palmer does Elijah Moore do the same thing?
Yeah, but Josh Palmer is like 6'3.5", I believe.
Oh, okay.
And Elijah Moore is a smaller receiver. He's a smaller, chunky receiver.
They're probably the same age too, which is
probably
which is kind of like fascinating. Like you think of Josh Palmer, and like Josh Palmer's like been in the league. You think like for 10 years, he's still rather young.
Yeah, he is.
I'm gonna go into the camp with Rhino. Keon Coleman would be the dark sleeper I have for the Bills because, again, and I think it was just mentioned probably a minute ago, there's not really a true number one. I mean, yeah, so they gave Khalil Shakir the money. I think that's just because, like, he's, like, the most reliable for Josh Allen. I think Keon Coleman has the potential to emerge. He does have the size. He does have perhaps some jump ball catchability. If hopefully he put it together this year, this offseason, like it is, again, it's in this year 2. We're starting to see a lot of wide receivers that, still get off to get off to a slow start their rookie seasons, but then, take off.
He was a little raw coming out of college too. So now with Buffalo, I think I'm kind of fading both tight ends because I think they cancel each other out.
Oh yeah, same here. The entire room.
Yeah, I mean,
unless
I would probably fade. Well, I'm certainly fading Dawson Knox.
Yeah.
Sure.
Unless one of them gets hurt, unfortunately, or traded, the value is at net zero right now.
Yeah.
You know what I hated about them, like watching them for the past 2 seasons, I should say. Him throwing into the tight end and you not know who it was until they stopped moving.
Thank you. You know how many first touchdown bets I lost like that, thinking it was 86, but it ended up being 88.
That's what I'm saying. One's 88, one's 86. You can't tell by the number, nothing.
You can't tell.
Not until they stop moving.
Yeah,
They're like,
yeah, it's the same body. It basically is. The only reason why I would still leave the light on for Dalton Kincaid, JX, is for the simple fact that, again, we spoke about this a few nights ago. The tight ends are kind of like coming on a little bit. They're coming on later, too, and playing longer into their careers. So, maybe this was, again, just it's a tight end. And if anybody knows the shepherd, we would prefer not to play with them. And I mean that in a right.
I think by the time Dalton Kincaid comes into his own in the NFL, he'll be on a new team.
Yeah.
I
can see that too.
It's very possible. Anybody else on this Buffalo Bills team that we want to put in the win column?
I mean, shout out to the I think who's going to be the wide receiver one. Like I said, Khalil Shakir. I'm so big into Khalil Shakir right now. Great ADP, and it has. Like I said, he has that position to be the wide receiver one. What he lacked last year is what he has had all his whole career. He didn't have the explosive plays last year. He saw glimpses of it. Like particularly in that Rams game, I can't forget it. I thought he was Tyreke Hill out there where he was playing against us. But I mean, I need to see that 5 times a year, and I think with them paying him that kind of money in his contract, they're looking for him to do that. He showed us he can do it, and if he can do that and rack up a 1,300-yard season, get his first 1,000-yard season. I mean, you got great value where you're picking him right now.
Great value, great.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, he does have that explosive. If he's in the open field, he could take it right to the house. It's just he's got a very specific designed function for the Bills. I think that we're waiting to see something else. I think so.
Yeah.
That's where I'm going with Keon Coleman. A lot of people are starting to put some money down on Palmer too because of this. Nevertheless, let's move on. Who's breaking out? Who's some of our dark horse sleepers coming out of East Rutherford, New Jersey, AFC East? Edwin, give us something. Give us something hot and spicy out of East Rutherford.
How about Braelon Allen?
How about him?
Braelon, I think that all of these Jets getting paid, someone is going to get screwed. And I think that someone is going to be Breece Hall.
Yeah.
I think that he is going to be the guy who is going to be the first one to get shown out the door because his position is the least important position, as all the GMs and everybody around the league likes to keep reminding us.
Right.
They have a backup who has shown that, he at least has some talent. Maybe he can't handle the full workload yet, but they're talking about having a 2-3 man back committee. That means the young guys that are behind all of them, they're going to get their shots too. So I think Breece is going to get a good opportunity here to go to a different team, maybe go to a playoff team where he can be the star guy. Maybe he goes to Dallas and he ends up being the man there or something like that. But I think it sets it up for Braelon Allen to be a monster, but also he's like 19 years old.
Yep.
Yeah, he's like 20, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
He's young.
And
super young.
Yeah, with them being super young, I can't remember the exact, but the track sheet of guys who are 20 years old who get their start in the NFL, they're almost basically like it's going to happen eventually, And with Braelon Allen, I think it is going to happen eventually, which I think is going to be this year. I know everyone talks about Ben Johnson, how he's going to do what he did in Detroit, and this is that and the third. No. What you need to pay attention to is what Aaron Glenn is going to do. He's going to do exactly what they did in Detroit. Every time there's a defensive coach that moves on to another team and gets a head coaching role, he takes one of the offensive coordinators or offensive assistants from the same team.
Makes sense.
So they can just run the exact same thing. We all expected 2-headed, 3-headed, 4-headed backfield with the Jets between the quarterback, all the running backs. So they're going to be running the ball as much as they possibly can. And Braelon Allen's getting all the tough yards, all the touchdowns, and we're going to be mad because we drafted Braelon Allen in the 15th round and Breece in the 3rd, and Braelon's going crazy.
And I think with the Breece Hall thing, I think this is just my philosophy. I think the Jets are waiting to see the dominoes fall with like James Cook and Kyron Williams to see where his contract may go.
Oh, that's true because they could still pay him. Yeah, that's true.
And the reason why I say that is I think that's what they'll do because, and you could probably speak on this a little bit more. The next year's running back class isn't that great, correct?
No, it's not. Yeah, it's nowhere near the way this class was.
Yeah.
And so then this year's free agent class is like Walker, and then ETN, and then Kyron Williams and James.
Yeah.
So those two.
Isaiah Pacheco.
Yeah.
My dark horse for the Jets would be Arian Smith. There's no set number 2 wide receiver.
That's true.
He's got the speed. He's got the talent.
Yeah, it's just I'm a little worried that the number 2 wide receiver might not be a factor in this offense, especially with the low passing volume.
Yeah, I was gonna say that
we don't know.
The number 2 target earner may very well be Mason Taylor.
Right.
Dark sleeper, dark rosters, goats. Jeremy Rucker, maybe. Again, he played with Justin Fields also, along with Garrett Wilson. So again, I think it would be I think it would be one of the tight ends. However, they did bring in Josh Reynolds to be the de facto wide receiver too. It could very well be this dude, Arian Smith. That's something that we're going to have to pay attention to in training camp for sure. And last note on Braelon Allen. Yeah, the stats aren't jumping out at us, and they're abysmal. But I mean, this is a clean slate, as JX is saying. This is a new operation, and many people inside like the jet sphere of people believe that this is a copy and paste over from that team. So I'll spend the 15th round pick or a 14th round pick on
Braelon Allen,
especially with standalone. But if you've got Breece Hall as well, you may want to cuff him.
And one of the things too, it's like, so Joe Douglas did a really good job of like finding a really good, like some really good talent. And someone was saying that on Twitter earlier that like it sucks that he found all these gems, but because he couldn't fix the most important position, he was eventually out of a job. So I think that the Jets they want to keep the gem, they want to keep the elite guys, and they still have a Jermaine Johnson too, who also came out the same year. So like he's gonna need to get paid. So like I think that if they got to make that tough decision, I think they might just chop Breece.
Do you guys think? Would you guys consider Justin Fields maybe a sleeper too, or a breakout candidate?
Nothing sleepy about Justin Fields. Off rushing standalone, Justin Fields is an elite quarterback in every format, just from his rushing yardage.
Yeah. Well, let me put it to you this way. I think that there's the possibility of Justin Fields breaking out again.
Okay. Yeah. There we go.
It would be like it would be a second type of breakout because, like we saw this, a few years ago, the season that he had 1,000 yards rushing. Right? So, like if he puts it together and becomes like the efficient passer and completes more passes and could get above 3,000 yards along with some elite rushing. Yeah, that would probably put him in another breakout again, a second breakout.
He definitely go up a couple.
You want to know what's weird, right? That it would be considered like him breaking out again, but technically, the last time we saw him, he wasn't bad. The last time we saw him on the field, he led his team to a 5-1 record. Granted, it was because they had an elite defense. That's what I was about to say. Granted, it was because they had an elite defense. But in the red zone, he was killing it in the red zone. Like he accounted for like 10 touchdowns to like 2 turnovers in the red zone in those games. So it's like that, I think, makes him, a very dangerous player, especially fantasy wise.
The only thing I could say to that really is, why the hell did they take him off the field? I'm pretty sure
because of the draft pick. They've had to give up a higher draft
Thank
pick.
you. Yep.
No.
That was part of it.
That's why.
That was part of it.
I don't think that's it.
I think that was part of it.
No,
I think that was part of it.
Not when you said, not like you said, not when you're 5-1. You don't do that.
Yeah, but who was gonna get fired? What do you mean it's about winning? It's the same thing the Steelers do every year. Who was gonna get fired?
I'm pretty sure.
If you're 5-1, you don't try to jeopardize losing now.
That's literally what they did.
No.
AB, that team, the Steelers, for those first 6 games or so, were like at the bottom in terms of
offensively,
in several offensive categories. So while the record,
including the deep ball,
the record looked like okay, great, fantastic, and then they took him out, they put Russ in, and they started scoring more points.
Yeah. But they scored like 40 points the very next game.
This is a fantastic football conversation. We've got one more team to get to, and that's the New England Patriots. I need some sleepers. I need breakout potential. And who aren't we drafting from the Patriots? I know who I'm not.
Rhamondre Stevenson.
Yeah, well, that's who I'm not. That's who I would fade. I don't even at cost.
Fade.
Okay. Honestly,
go ahead.
Like, I feel like Rhamondre Stevenson could be one of those players that gets a lot of boring yards. Like, I feel like he's not going to be, like, the superstar in that offense, but I feel like he could easily get you, like, 12 carries for, like, 70 yards and you don't even notice it because he broke off a couple good runs. So, like, I would take him if he slid, of course, but he's not somebody I'm targeting.
Yeah. I think Kyle Williams is a sleeper.
Mm-hmm.
Either him or, I mean, easy pick for me to be Trayvon Henderson, but I think Kyle Williams is a sleeper, and I'm kind of fading Stephon Diggs a little bit.
Oh, I'm absolutely fading Stephon Diggs.
Are you really? Right
yes, absolutely. Yes, Stephon Diggs is. I feel like Stephon Diggs is the kind of person who gets in his own way, where it's like he should be making better decisions, but he just doesn't.
Yeah.
I'm actually opposite of you guys. I'm actually thinking Stephon Diggs plays pretty well. I mean, did y'all see how Drake Maye was throwing with Keyshawn Boutte? I mean, insert Stephon Diggs into
I love Drake Maye.
Like,
every time.
I mean, if he can make Keyshawn Boutte work, I mean, can we give Stephon Diggs a chance?
Why isn't Keyshawn Boutte one of our dark sleepers, right?
Yeah, right. That should be one of our sleepers.
How come nobody's talking about Boutte from LSU? Yep. That's right. I mean, like one of the wide receiver factors. We're talking about Diggs. We're talking about Kyle Williams. We're talking about Pop Douglas. We're talking about dudes that we know. Maybe Jalen Polk arrives. I don't know. I mean,
that's who I would take a chance on, Jalen Polk.
Okay.
So,
that's who I would take a chance on.
Yeah, I guess. What about Drake Maye?
Love Drake Maye.
Who's taking? Who's selecting Drake Maye? You're out.
I'm out. I don't. It's not nothing against Drake May's talent or anything. I think for it being Mike Vrabel's first year, we're slowing it down. We're ball control. We're making it easy for the defense. I just don't see an explosive season for Drake Maye fantasy-wise. Like, he may be more efficient of a passer, less turnovers, but I think it's going to get real game manager-style football in New England. That's because that's how Mike Vrabel likes to run things. And until you show us otherwise, I mean, that's what I got to go off of.
That's fair.
Fair, yeah. Did you know that Drake Maye was in the top 3 last year of yards per carry for quarterbacks?
Yeah, he was blazing. Yeah. He was.
Yeah. That man can run.
He can run.
He's got the legs.
And I think we would all agree that a real breakout potential would be the running back, not Rhamondre Stevenson, but Travion Henderson, coming in from Ohio State, high draft capital. If this dude is like their pass catching running back, and then he does break off
elite prospect,
he could very well just be the dude. Rhamondre Stevenson would be his backup, but we're drafting Trayvon Henderson, by the way, ahead of Rhamondre Stevenson.
Several rounds.
Yes,
we're hoping that's gonna pay off. But Goats, I wouldn't tell you to necessarily pass on Trevion Henderson. Again, it's got to be in your wheelhouse. It's got to be your cup of tea, whether you want to swing for the upside. That's going to do it for us, guys, for the AFC East preview. Again,
Yes, sir.
if you're new to the channel, just coming on for this show, you can catch all of our content on the channel. Moving forward, please subscribe. We really appreciate you. And that's it. We will be back again live Friday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Be a difference, make a
Have a-
difference.
Have a good night, everybody.
Be a
All right,
difference
guys.
and make a difference.